I call the Honourable Member, Lewissa Wall. Tēnā koe, Lewissa.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. E ngā mana, e ngā reo rangatira mā, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Ngā mihi, ngā mana, ngā whānau o Ngāti Manuhiri, tēnā koutou. Matua Leli, Mook, the people who have fought this battle for Ngāti Manuhiri since the treaty was signed, tēnā koutou. For 23 years you have waited for this day. I want to acknowledge that on the 24th of October 1989, Lely Parione Haddon and Hawe Brown submitted a Y claim, Y122. In addition to Y122, there were further Manuhiri claims. Y244, Y532, Y1539, Y1811, Y280, Y487, Y567. The reality is that you as a whānau have been battling for a long time for recognition as mana whenua, who deserve an apology from the Crown, who deserve your mana whenua status to be acknowledged by this House. And so I mihi to you. I think in this House we mihi to each other too much, because the reality is we're only here today because of the mahi that you have done. Your tūpuna, your ancestors who have fought for your day. So this is Ngāti Manuhiri's day. And when we look at what that day actually means, it means from 1840, when you were colonised like the rest of us, there were 250,000 acres of Ngāti Manuhiri land. By 1890, you had approximately 10% of that land. Ngāti Manuhiri had 10% of that land, Mr Speaker. And now you retain 1,300 acres of that 250,000 acres that was Ngāti Manuhiri land. What does that actually mean? It means you only have 0.52% of your ancestral lands. So I want to acknowledge that generosity of Ngāti Manuhiri. And in fact, most of the settlements that come before this House, the settlements are a minuscule amount of actually what you should be getting back. But I do want to acknowledge that in this process, it is the leadership of people like Mook, it is the leadership of Lally and the Ngāti Manuhiri Trust Board to actually take the opportunity to get the pūtea, to get some capital back into your hands so that actually you can move forward. And it is only because of the generosity of our hapu iwi groups that we are able to do that. I'm a proud member of the Māori Affairs Select Committee, and actually this treaty grievance process for me, which is our country's truth and reconciliation process, is incredibly important when we look back, and even now if we look at the history of our country. I think what this will enable us to do is get past the treaty grievance phase of the development of us as a nation. And what we're moving toward is the rightful place of tangata whenua, of our hapu, of our iwi, when we look at the future of this country. And so the implications for me about the treaty settlement process is actually about our constitutional position and status of our hapu iwi groups in the future, and what relationship, what new relationship you will have with us as Crown agents. And so I'm very proud to stand here as a member of this House of Parliament on this day to acknowledge you. We did have 140 written submissions. There were 17 oral submissions. 95 of those submissions did acknowledge that there were some issues about Te Hauturu o Toi. And so I want to acknowledge again the generosity of Ngāti Manuhiri in altering their deed of settlement. It's a very rare thing for iwi to alter their settlements when they have negotiated a position with the Crown. So I want to acknowledge the fact that you did that, and you did that because you know you are part of Ngāti Wai. Can't separate Ngāti Manuhiri and Ngāti Wai. You did that because you acknowledged Ngāti Rehua, you acknowledged Te Kaweraua Maki, you acknowledged Maru Tuahu and Ngāpui, who also have interests in Te Hauturu o Toi. So again, I want to acknowledge the fact that you have provided leadership in that process for those future treaty settlements which will happen to be acknowledged. So I want to thank you for bringing the House together, for bringing us here today to be able to acknowledge and honour Ngāti Manuhiri.
Order. The member's time has expired.
Kia ora.
Can I just advise the House before I call the next speaker that the Green Party have given their 5-minute call to the Honourable Member Honi Harawira. I call the Honourable Member Honi Harawira.
Mr. Speaker.
Tēnā koe.
Hurirana kia ora tātou katoa.